Joe Rothwell is ready to walk straight into Ibrox from Leeds in what's being called an incredible deal. Rangers are on the brink of a Brazilian bombshell as Matthinho emerges as a shock replacement for Raskin, with Basel and Europe scrambling to hijack the move, while Russell Martin puts his foot down with a brutal snub to Birmingham over Kieran Dowell. And in a move that's rattling the blue half of Glasgow, Hamza Igamane's exit is all but done. But have the new owners just sold our star for pennies? Want to see these and more Rangers news? Stay until the end. We are the people. Hamza Igamane, the Moroccan marvel who lit up Ibrox with 16 goals in his debut season, is reportedly packing his bags for a move to France. Word from Morocco is that Rangers and Lille have shaken hands on a deal that'll see the 22-year-old link up with none other than Olivier Giroud, yes, the World Cup winner, at the League One outfit. And all this to replace Jonathan David. Quite the reshuffle over there. Now let's break it down. Rangers paid just £1.7 million for Igamane last summer. Fast forward a year, and the talk is of a fee in the ballpark of £12.8 million, bonuses included. It's a tidy profit on paper, a tidy one, especially with 30% of that heading to his old club AS FAR. But let's not kid ourselves. We were led to believe £15 million was the asking price, and even knocked back a £14 million offer, according to David Edgar. So what happened? Why the sudden markdown? This deal could have been the start of a bidding war, with English sides like Everton and West Ham sniffing around. Instead, it's looking like Rangers blinked first, letting Lille talk the price down. And that raises some big questions about the decision-making under the new owners, the 49ers Enterprises Group and Andrew Kavanagh. Have they really got a grip on the negotiating table? While the exit of Cyril Desires also seems likely, it paves the way for new firepower, with Russell Martin reportedly eyeing up Israeli striker Dor Turgeman from Maccabi Tel Aviv. But let's be honest, you'd rather see Igamane tearing apart Celtic at Ibrox than swapping shirts in France, wouldn't you? Did Rangers just get mugged off by Lille? Or have the new owners played a risky game of poker and folded too early? Joe Rothwell is closing in on a move to Ibrox, and this could be a proper shrewd bit of business from the new-look Rangers under the 49ers Enterprises umbrella. After helping Leeds United climb out the Championship and back into the Premier League, Rothwell now looks set to swap Yorkshire for Govan, reuniting with Russell Martin, his old boss from Southampton days. At 30 years of age, you're not just getting a midfielder with experience, you're getting one with recent pedigree who knows what it takes to win promotion battles and play under pressure. 36 appearances, 4 assists, over 1,500 successful passes, and let's not forget, his deliveries were pinpoint in key moments for Leeds last season. That cross for Pascal Struijk in the Sunderland comeback. Absolute class. This would be the second link-up with Bournemouth this window after Max Aarons came in, and it's clear that Martin's building something here, bringing in players he trusts who can hit the ground running. And if Nico Raskin does end up heading down south to Aston Villa or elsewhere, Rothwell could be stepping into that engine room straight away. And here's where it gets really interesting. Rothwell choosing Rangers over a potential Premier League role after getting Leeds up. That's not just loyalty to Martin, that's a statement about the pull of Ibrox, the size of the club, and maybe, just maybe, a belief that lifting a title in Scotland means more than just surviving in England's top flight. But here's the question stirring in the G51 air. If Rothwell's such an incredible signing, why were Bournemouth and Leeds both willing to let him go? Is this a proper coup for Rangers? Or are we getting excited over a player 2 English clubs decided they could live without? Russell Martin's not here to hand out favours, and Kieran Dowell might be the first to feel the full weight of that ruthless new era at Ibrox. Birmingham City, now flush with cash and fresh from promotion, have made their pitch to snap up Dowell after a tidy loan spell where he chipped in with 5 goals and 5 assists in just 23 appearances. But despite the player's own desire to stay in the Midlands, Martin's response: hold your horses. See, this isn't about sentiment. Martin's come into a squad that's been patchwork at best, and he's staring down a barrel of gaps across the park. With the pre-season clock ticking, new faces haven't arrived fast enough to allow for luxury exit. So instead of waving Dowell off to Birmingham with a smile, Martin's decided to take a selfish stance, keep him in camp, assess him in pre-season, and only let him go if reinforcements land. It's a rare twist. Normally, a club like Birmingham, with American owners eager to spend, would expect to get their way with a player like Dowell, but Ibrox is no charity and Martin's playing the long game. If Dowell impresses, he could find himself right back in the Rangers picture, especially with the midfield still in flux and questions swirling over the likes of Raskin. But here's the spark for debate. If Dowell wants to go and Birmingham are willing to pay, is Martin right to hold him back just to buy time? Or is this exactly the ruthless edge Rangers have been lacking in recent years? Rangers are lining up a move that could bring some real Brazilian steel to the heart of midfield. Matthinho, the 22-year-old destroyer who made his name on loan at Basel last season, is firmly in the sights of Russell Martin. And if you're someone who craves bite and composure in the center of the park, this could be the perfect antidote to the possible departure of Nicholas Raskin. Now, have a look at the numbers. Top 10% for tackles made, top 3% for dual success rate, top 15% for interceptions. These aren't just decent stats, they're elite for his position. You're looking at a midfielder who screens the defense like a seasoned pro, wins his battles, and rarely gets skinned. Basically, if he gets near you, he's taking the ball or your shins. Compared to Raskin, Matthinho's got better defensive metrics across the board, with fewer times dribbled past and more successful recoveries. Sure, he's not popping up with goals or assists just yet, but he's only 22 and those attributes can come with time. Right now, it's the dirty work he does that could allow the rest of the team to play, especially in tight, old firm battles where muscle and positioning are everything. But here's the twist. Basel aren't rolling over, they want him back. Their sporting director has all but admitted they're throwing the kitchen sink at getting Matthinho in permanently. And with European interest rumbling in the background, this one's far from done. If Matthinho's as good as the stats suggest, why are Rangers battling with Basel and not bigger clubs? Are we getting a hidden gem? Or are we about to be caught in another bidding war that ends in disappointment? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.